It is NASCAR's most star-studded night of racing. Welcome everyone from TNN and all over the world. We welcome you to tonight's running here at Lowe's Motor Speedway, the Winston. We got two races to run before we run the main event though. We have the Winston Open and we have the Noble Sprint. Last night we had the grid all set up for the Winston Open with two qualifying races. The inside line was race 1, the outside line was race 2. The Winston Open will be 30 laps. No caution flags unless there's a wreck on the racetrack. The winner of that race will get $35,000 from Winston and will transfer to the Winston. The actual race, the main event, they will be in the 17th starting position. The Noble Sprint will be run right after, and that's the 16-lap sprint race. $25,000 to the winner, and that winner of that race will transfer to the Winston and be in the 18th position. Right now, all the drivers in the Winston Open have not qualified in. You see there our starting lineup, Ricky Rudd and Steve Hart, lineup 1 and 2. Johnny Vincent and Jimmy Spencer behind them. Dale Jr. and Sterling Marlin, lineup P5 and P6. Matt Kenseth, Mike Skinner, Rick Mast, Elliott Sadler. That makes up your top 10. These drivers are fighting over the first transfer spot into the Winston Open. So they're going to be fighting tooth and nail to get to the front. Pace car makes the sharp left turn onto pit road. Ricky Rudd is waiting to see the green flag. They're coming onto the front straightaway into the first little dog leg. Guys are starting to extend out a little bit, and there it is. There's the green flag. We are racing in the Winston Open. Cars hitting 4th gear by the time they get into turn 1 as we watch from Ricky Rudd's onboard camera. Pole sitter for this race, he is the favorite tonight to win the Winston Open. He has been fast all of qualifying, all that race. Before the Winston Open, he was the fastest car on track. He set the fastest lap of the race. And right now as we walk right along with Dale Earnhardt Jr., you see him on that outside getting passed by Mike Skinner and Sterling Marlin. Outside line's not quite the place you want to be here in the early goings of this. The track is a little rubbered in, but not by much, so that outside line's not going to be very competitive. That inside line's going to be where you want to be. And right now, Ricky Rudd's proven it. He has got out to a massive lead. Johnny Benson now takes over second spot ahead of Mike Skinner. This Ricky Rudd show right now, he's leading this thing. He leads lap 1, and he is going to lead lap 2 of the 30 laps. Cars are doing about 192 going into turn 1, so they're pretty quick around here, and the track's not quite rubbered in yet. Meanwhile, towards the back of the pack, you see all the other drivers trying to race their way to the front. You see Dave Blaney going to Chad Little there. We almost have 3 wide down the back straightaway. That's Chad Little and Elliott Sadler. See Kevin LePage in there in the 16. That's for Roush Racing. We head back up towards the front. Look at Mike Skinner with a good run coming off of turn 4. He goes to the inside of Johnny Benson, and he might get him here. Benson's on that outside line. A lot of grip up there, and it looks like Skinner is going to take that position. Good job by Skinner using that momentum as we ride along with him. You see Sterling Marlin looking to the inside. He looked, but he didn't have the nose there, so he couldn't make the move. Benson's another one we got to look out for. Him and Skinner, both really, really fast here at Charlotte. Look at there, the DEI teammates, Earnhardt and Park back there fighting over position. That's the one thing about Charlotte and what we've seen so far this week. Side by side, when you get the car side by side, man, they slow down so much. That single file, that's what you want to be. Running right behind the guy. That's the best way to run fast here. Skinner coming off of turn 4. You can really see the lead good there. Ricky Rudd's not even in the same frame. Look at that. Massive lead ahead of Skinner, Ricky Rudd. This is the first Winston that Ricky Rudd has not already qualified into. I believe since 1988, his rookie season in Cup, he has qualified for the Winston every single year. He's never had to race his way into it. 2000 this year, it's the first time he's had to do this kind of race, so he's trying to get into the Winston to run for the $500,000 jackpot prize. Right now, as it stands, while this race is running, we have 16 drivers already qualified into the Winston. See right along with Ricky Rudd here. Look at how he runs that car into the corner. I mean, you hear him lift just a little bit, and he's playing with that throttle just a little bit to keep that car stable. 3 and 4, that's where everyone has been saying the track is the worst when it comes to grip. 1 and 2, you can kind of get away with the car sliding a little bit, but 3 and 4, not so much. And here back through the pack, Chad Little and Kevin LePage, Elliott Sadler and Scott Pruitt. A lot of Fords back there. Ford's not having a great day so far for the majority. Ricky Rudd's doing a great job, but the rest of these Fords not so much. See Kenny Wallace back in there. Hutch Strickland coming back from his injury at Talladega. And Scott Pruitt way up on the racetrack, almost in the wall there. And back up front, it's Chevy, Pontiac, and a Ford. 2 Fords, Matt Kenseth and Ricky Rudd. As it stands, these guys are starting to single file out a little bit. You see Johnny Benson there. Sterling's going to move to the inside. He might try to make the move on Benson here. So watch Earnhardt driving off into the corner. Rookie, son of the legend, Dale Earnhardt. He's trying to race his way into the Winston, the main event. Sterling didn't get the move done. He's going to fall right back behind Johnny Benson. Meanwhile, Ricky Rudd is still running away with this thing. I think the only way anyone's going to have a chance to catch him is if a caution comes out. I think that's the only way they'll catch him. Skinner is setting similar lap times to Rudd, but they're not fast enough. He has gotten away from Johnny, so that's at least a step in the right direction, but it's not looking good for him here. He might not run him down. See the field flying by on our pit road cam. Cars go down the back straightaway. You can really get a good look at the gap there. Rudd is just so far ahead of Mike. He's in a whole other world of speed right now. 28's just so good. So we head into lap 13, or excuse me, lap 12 now. 13 will be next lap. Lap 12. 30 laps is going to fly by pretty quick here. See Bobby Hamilton and Robert Presley battling back there, side by side as they head off of turn 2. Jimmy Spencer just in front of them in the 26 car. Rick Mast and Dave Blaney behind them. Staying side by side here. All the way around the racetrack. Oh, but Presley got a good run on that inside. That's the thing about 3 and 4. That inside line, that's where you want to be. That outside line just doesn't have the grip. And look at this. Earnhardt has got past Kenseth. Kenseth was running in the top 5, and he gets passed by Earnhardt. See Benson there, Sterling's in 4th, Parks in 5th, and there's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. What in the world is... You been a wreck anywhere? Hold on, let's get some information here. See Ricky Rudd there coming by. He's taking the yellow flag, so we are under yellow flag, and the word from NASCAR is debris off of turn 2. That's where the cars are at right now. I don't see any debris down there. The caution's now on lap 14. I think it's coming off of Dave Blaney's car. Blaney's car is the one dropping debris. That's what we're getting anyway. So they have thrown the yellow flag for debris. There may have been contact between him and the car. He was in a pack of cars there. So they have thrown the yellow flag for debris. We're on lap 14, fixing to take lap 15 here. I don't think anyone is going to pit. I don't think it'd be a very good decision to pit under this yellow flag. So I think they're going to re-rack them and they're going to send them back underway. While we wait for these caution laps to elapse, why don't we take a quick commercial break? We'll be back here in just a moment. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to TNN's coverage of the Winston Open here in Lowe's Motor Speedway at Charlotte, North Carolina. No one pitted under the yellow flag for debris coming off of turn number 2. Pace car makes the sharp left turn onto pit road. Ricky Rudd will lead the cars back to the green flag. They hit the dog leg, and there's the green flag back in the air. We are racing once more in the Winston Open. Just a reminder to all the race fans right now, look at Park way up on the high side of the racetrack. I think he may have actually hit the wall there. So we go back to green on lap 18. Just a friendly reminder to every race fan at home, the winner of this race gets the 17th starting position in the main event tonight, the Winston. And right now, look at this, a good battle for the lead here. Skinner on the right on the back bumper of Ricky Rudd. We ride along with Mike Skinner here in the low Chevrolet. He's right on Ricky Rudd. He's following him like a shadow. Lap 19 now. We only got a couple laps to go here in the Winston Open. Again, they're not fighting over just a transfer spot. They're fighting over $35,000. That's what the winner gets for winning this thing. 35 grand. That's going to the driver. That's not going to the team. That's going to them. So they're fighting over some money and a chance to get $500,000 in the Winston. Down the front straightaway, completing lap 19. We're on lap 20 of 30. Into turn 1. Man, those cars are flying into turn 1. Earnhardt gets past Steve Park on the inside line. Johnny Benson now in the hunt trying to run down Skinner. Down the back straightaway. Ricky Rudd doing a fantastic job right now just keeping Skinner at bay. That Robert Yates Ford, that's a hard car to beat right now. $193 miles an hour for Ricky Rudd going into turn 1. It's one of the fastest trap speeds we've seen all week. You see here the top 6 all in a single file line. Right now Park trying to find a way past his teammate, his rookie teammate of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Meanwhile, Marlin is right in front of Earnhardt. Throw a blanket over those 3 cars, they're so close together. Into turn 1, lap 22 of 30, just a couple more laps to go, 9 to go. Off of corner number 2. See Skinner there right on the 28's back bumper. He wants to win this race to get into that Winston. And of all the cars in the field tonight, him, Ricky Rudd, and Johnny Benson, I think, have the best shot at getting it. On the front straightaway, into turn 1 once more. Again, what we were talking about earlier, staying right behind the car in front of you, following their line. That's what you want to be doing. You don't want to make a move, because if you go for it, and the guy in 3rd place right now, Johnny Benson, who we're riding along with, he could slip his way up there and he could ruin the party for these 2 guys. So if you're going to pass them, you got to pass them fast. You got to do it quick. On the front straightaway again, into turn 1. I think Skinner is just biding his time. He's just waiting to see if Rudd is going to make a mistake and if he can capitalize. Look at Earnhardt back there going under Sterling Marlin. I think he's going to try and make the move there. That's going to be for 4th. Off corner number 4. Skinner still behind Rudd. And Earnhardt does get past Sterling Marlin going into turn 3. And Park is also going to take advantage and get by Marlin. That moves both DEI cars into 4th and 5th. They might be on a move here. They might be charging their way to the front. 6 to go. Fixing to be 5 to go when Rudd crosses the start-finish line. Off of corner number 4. Skinner's still behind him. Benson's still in 3rd. Benson kind of slopping back just a little bit. Those tires might be starting to affect him just a little bit here. Steve Park right behind his teammate, hunting him down. Park's another one that we probably want to keep an eye on for the Noble Sprint, because he has also shown some good speed in clean air. And when he's behind another car, he hasn't been all that good, but when you get him in clean air, that car is proven to be pretty quick. 4 to go this time by. If Skinner's going to make his move, he's got to make it soon. Got to make that move soon. He can't wait any longer. If he tries to make a move on the final lap, that might not stick. As we look behind of Ricky Rudd here, you can see he extended that gap just a little bit going through 1 and 2. See that car slipping a little bit coming off the 4, but I think that Rudd might have this one in the bag unless something catastrophic happens. You can really hear Skinner struggling with the throttle there. He's just staying into it enough to keep the car rolling, but I think that's where Rudd's getting him, is Rudd can just plant the throttle and just hold it wide open, and that's what's making all the difference right now. 2 laps to go. Can Ricky Rudd hold it for 2 more laps? 8 more corners. I think he might have it this time. That lap, Rudd was much quicker than Skinner. Ricky Rudd, a 177.5. And for Skinner, it was a 176.8. Much slower than Rudd that time, and it's showing on track. He is extending that gap. White flag, 1 to go. Ricky Rudd, all he has to do is maintain his pace, and he will lock in to the Winston in the 17th starting position and 35 grand. Down the back straightaway. The gap, half a second as they go into 3 and 4. Rudd staying on the bottom, no slip at all. I think he's got this thing. Off of corner number 4, Ricky Rudd of the Texaco Havoline Ford will win the Winston Open and transfer into the main event tonight. Excellent job by Ricky Rudd. Excellent job. Fast all race long, even with a caution. It didn't bother him. Whatever they did in that car, they don't need to mess with it anymore, I think. I think that car, we might need to watch that car. Even though he's going to be starting 17th, he might just find his way to the front. Just might. As the cars enter pit road to go ahead and get everything re-wrapped for the Noble Sprint. That is coming up. That'll be a 16-lap race. 25 grand in the winner, and they will get the 18th starting position. As cars come onto pit road, entering their pit stalls. As we get everything ready for the Noble Sprint, why don't we take a quick commercial break? Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back with a Noble Sprint. Welcome back to TNN's coverage of from Lowe's Motor Speedway for the Winston Open complete. Ricky Rudd will go on to fill in the 17th starting position for the Winston, but now we need to do the 18th starting position. Here's a reminder: the Winston Open was a 30-lap race. Ricky Rudd won that race, and he transfers to the Winston and 35 grand. We're going to run the Noble Sprint, 16 laps, 25 grand to the winner, and they will take the 18th starting position for the Winston. We have a car on the inside line there. That is Jerry Nadeau. He may have an issue. He might have an issue. So he might not be transferring to the Winston today. We have all the cars that were part of the Winston Open minus Ricky Rudd in the same positions they finished in. So Mike Skinner, who finished second, he will obviously start on the front row. Johnny Benson, who finished third, will call his in second. Junior, Park, and so on and so forth. So the same running positions they were in at the end of the Winston Open, they will start there for the Noble Sprint. Now remember, 16 laps. 16 laps, not a very long race, so you got to get to the front and you got to stay there. Mike Skinner will lead him down to the green flag, and there it is, green flag in the air. We are racing here at the Noble Sprint. Drivers go off into turn 1 just fine. Mike Skinner looking back at Dale Earnhardt Jr., who started in the P3 position, and right now he is going for second. But Skinner, look at that clean air, man, that clean air. There's just something about that clean air here at Lowe's. It's just, that's the way to go. That's just the way to do it. Every car so far has been dominant in that clean air. Ricky Rudd, now Mike Skinner. Look at this big lead right off the bat. Park now to the inside of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Teammates fighting over that third position. Look at Mayfield. We haven't talked about Mayfield much, but he had a great start, and now he's fighting over fourth position with Earnhardt Jr. way up on the outside. Chad Little now making his way up to the back. Coming off the corner, there's Nadu. Nadu had to come down pit road, and they got the car to where it will run, but it is, oh my goodness, he is holding up the pack badly. Was right in front of Johnny Benson and Steve Park, and that kind of held those guys up. And look at this, now Earnhardt and Mayfield are going to run into him down the back straightaway. Oh yeah, look at that. He closes the gap to Mayfield quickly because Nadu is in front of Mayfield. Mayfield to the inside of Nadu. Cars race off into turn 1 at 190 miles an hour. Skinner holding on to the lead, doing very much what Ricky Rudd did at the beginning of the race in the Winston Open. But look who's sort of closing the gap a little bit. That's Johnny Benson. Benson's trying to make his way into the Open. He's trying to run for $500,000. 25 grand, remember, that is what the winner gets if they win the Noble Sprint and they transfer into the Winston. So that's what these guys are fighting over right now. 2 Chevys and a Pontiac in the top 3 right now. Lap 5 of 16 complete. Benson right on the back bumper of Mike Skinner. This is going to be a good battle right here. However, there's a third car in this, that's Steve Park. Remember, when these cars get side by side, that opens the door for the car behind them to make a move. So if Benson's going to pass Skinner, he's got to do it quickly. Riding along with Johnny Benson in the 10 car. You see him kind of peek there. He kind of looked like he was going to make a move. Thought better of it though as we go down the back straightaway. Oh, and look at Park. Oh, this is what Skinner wanted to see right here. That's what Skinner wants to see. He wants to see these two battle for position in second. And that way he can just run off with it. Look at that. Already you're seeing the dividends that's paying off for Skinner. Benson was on his back bumper. Now he ain't. Bad move by Steve Park. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do. He's trying to pass Johnny Benson. He's trying to make a run at Skinner, but look at the difference that made for Skinner. Skinner got a half a second right there just because those two started battling. Into the corner. And off the corner. Skinner, still the leader. Next time by is going to be halfway, lap 8 of 16. Right along with Skinner in the back bumper. And look at that. That is insane. Just that one little battle did that much for these guys. Down the front straightaway. Down the front straightaway into turn 1. Look at the gap these guys have put up to the guys behind them. They have over a second to the 4th, 5th, and 6th place cars. These guys are just in another world of speed. Halfway. Last time by, this will be lap 10 of 16. They're coming to start. Benson's got a little bit more speed even now, so now he has to figure out how he's going to make the move on Skinner here. Benson's got a little bit more speed than Skinner. The tires are starting to come alive just a little bit for the 10 car, and so the 1 car is right there too, so he's not out of this yet. But when will Benson make the move? Is he going to make the move down the back straightaway? Is he going to try and do it on the front straightaway? Aerial shot here from our helicopter cam. You see how close the 1 is to the 10 car. That's going to give the 10 a little bit of momentum here. Right on the back bumper of Skinner. Will Benson make the move when they go into 1? He's peeking. There it is. To the inside. Benson on Skinner. Benson's got the preferred line, but that 31, he might rally back on the outside, and he is side by side down the back straightaway. Steve Park might make a look at 3 wide. No, he doesn't. He stays right behind Skinner and to the inside. Benson and the Lycos Pontiac will take the lead here on lap 11. 5 laps to go. 5 to go. Skinner now on the offensive. He has to try and attack Benson to get back his lead. He'll be right along with him. Can he do it? Or is he going to be under threat from Park? Skinner has dominated this race. And now Benson takes the lead. Down the front straightaway, Benson. Oh, look at this. Park tries to make a move on the 31, and he might just do it. Yes, he will. Oh, I don't know. 31 might have a run on the outside here. Into turn 3, the 1 car on the inside. That's the preferred line, and he will get by Skinner. He's in the clean, come out 4. But does he have enough time to catch the 10? Lap 14 of 16. 3 laps to go. Can Benson hold them off? I think Benson might have it. He might. Unless Park's got a little bit more in him. I don't know though. Johnny Benson. We said it in the Winston Open. Him and Skinner might be the ones to challenge Ricky Rudd for the win. They were there. Now Rudd's not in this. It's just those two. Skinner's dominated the first part. Now it's Benson. 2 laps to go. Can Johnny Benson win himself $25,000 and transfer into the Winston? The gap, roughly half a second as they go into 3. I think Benson might have it here. I think he has it. 1 lap to go as we ride along with Johnny Benson. 1 to go. The Lycos Pontiac bided his time, took advantage going into 1 on Skinner, took the lead as they went into 3. Half a lap to go. Steve Park has closed the gap just a little bit, but it's too little too late, I think. They roll into 3. The 10 car on the inside. Not a bobble in sight off of turn number 4. Johnny Benson in the 10 will win the Noble Sprint and transfer into the Winston. Brilliant job by Johnny Benson. Excellent work. A last chance qualifier was in position to capitalize, and yes, he did. He did not leave it up to chance. Great job by that number 10 team. Ricky Rudd, Johnny Benson, they have both advanced into the main event tonight, the Winston. They will be challenging for $500,000 in a 70-lap all-star event. Excellent job by every single team. They tried their best, but 2 of the best teams will go in. So, with 18 cars set up, we are ready for the Winston. That is coming up here next on TNN. Don't miss it. Stay right here with us.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines are cranked. The drivers are leaving pit road. Tonight, it is the running of the Winston. Live from Lowe's Motor Speedway here on TNN. 18 of the best NASCAR Winston Cup drivers take to the track for a 70-lap race. No points, just money and bragging rights. Here's your setup for tonight's race. We have run the Winston Open, we have run the Noble Sprint. This field is set. 70 laps over 3 segments. That's the Winston. Segment 1 will be lap 1 to 27 with a winner getting $50,000. Segment 2 will be lap 30 to 57. That'll be another 50 grand. But the one segment everyone's looking at, that last 10 lap sprint, $500,000 to the race winner. Here are your here's your 18 drivers. Dustin Lewis and Ward Burton line up on first and second. Fastest qualifiers: Dale Earnhardt, Mark Martin, Jeff Burton, Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, and Jeff Gordon, your top 10. Terry Labonte and Bill Elliott, Wally Dallenbach, Darrell Waltrip, Michael Waltrip, Kenny Irwin Jr., Ricky Rudd, and Johnny Benson. Rudd and Benson qualified into the races because of the Noble Sprint in the Winston Open. The rest of them are from wins, previous Winston winners, and champions. An all-star lineup, an all-star field. Dustin Lewis will lead him to the green flag, and it is out and away. Here we go for the Winston. "18 of the best drivers rocket off of turn number 2. Dustin Lewis started on pole, Ward Burton to his outside. As they head down the back straightaway, Ward Burton to the inside on Dustin Lewis. Dustin rallying back on that outside though. That car really good. Qualified on pole with an exceptional time of a 181 miles an hour, and he is proving why that car qualified on pole. Really fast through 1 and 2. He's the only one that has been taking 1 and 2 in kind of like an arc. He's not really taking that car to the bottom and sticking it there. He's starting up high, going to the bottom, and then letting that car rise through the corner. But here's another car that we need to keep an eye on. That's that Peter Max Chevrolet GM Goodwrench. That's for Dale Earnhardt. He has been fast all weekend. Qualified 3rd, right now sitting behind Ward Burton. Rocket off into turn 1. Aerial view right here from our helicopter cam. You see the gap Dustin has put up toward Burton, but look at Earnhardt to the inside off of turn number 2. Can he put the nose to the 22? He does. He gets there. Here we go. Dale Earnhardt trying to pass Ward Burton on the inside off of turn number 4. Side by side still. That's what Dustin needs to see right now. Those two side by side. Remember, we said it in the Noble Sprint and the Winston Open. When the cars get side by side, they are slow. And look at here. That's what Earnhardt wanted right there. He wanted to get by that 22, leave the rest of them to fight it on out. Jeff Burton to the inside of his brother, and Mark Martin's going to go with him. Ward Burton slipping on backwards as Earnhardt now leads the pack. And they're going to try and chase down that man in the number 53 Savage Orange Chevrolet. That's Dustin Lewis, a 2-time winner this year. His first win being at Atlanta, his second at Talladega. That's how he got qualified into it. He didn't have to race his way in because of race winning in 2000. And man, look at that car. Fast as anything right now. Faster than Ricky Rudd. We said Rudd was going to be a challenge, and whoa, kind of got a little tight coming off of 4 and kind of scraped the wall a little bit. He might be pushing that car a little hard right now. He might have toned it back just a little bit because he's got a big gap right now. Oh, look at this. Labonte brothers battling it out. Bobby and Terry. Terry, the older brother. Bobby, the younger brother. And Bobby's going to get by him, and he is going to run away from his brother. There's another car in that pack that we need to be talking about here as we ride along with Dale Earnhardt. That's Jeff Gordon. Not a very impressive 2000 season so far, but he has shown some decent speed here in the Winston. See how everyone else has been approaching 1 and 2. Earnhardt got that car to the bottom. It's sticking to the bottom. But that 53, he's been arcing the corner. He's been kind of driving it like it's an Indy car, and it's been working for him. We ride through 3 and 4 here. You see Earnhardt has built that gap to the 99 of Jeff Burton. That's another car that we probably need to look at for this race win. He's been pretty pacey all weekend. Look at this. Look at here, our Winston Open winner and our Noble Sprint winner, Ricky Rudd and Johnny Benson side by side. They have done a great job slicing their way through the field. They are on the outside of the top, just barely in the top 10 right now. I think that's the position they are fighting for right now. Yep, there's Terry Labonte, there's Bill Elliott. That's the position they're fighting for, is inside the top 10. Look at that, side by side, all the way through the corner. They fought each other in Winston Open. Rudd ended up winning that battle. Benson won the sprint, so he got in over Mike Skinner. Rudd might clear him. Yes, he does. He inches up in front of him. So again, Ricky Rudd, another car we're going to have to probably look at here. He's been fast, real fast. But is he fast enough to run up with the guys up front like Dustin Lewis? That guy, kid's been fast all week. Right now, he has got about a 2-second gap to Dale right now, so he's doing an amazing job. Because we look back at him, he's going into 3 here, and just look at how that car sticks to the bottom. That car does not leave the bottom. He's doing an excellent job running that car around the racetrack. Right now, he holds the fastest lap of the weekend. He ran that on lap 4, a 183.5. The fastest lap all weekend. And you can get a good look at how he's driving this car as we ride along with him in the in-car camera. Being really out of throttle, playing with it through 3 and 4. Let's get a good look here going down to turn 1 though. This is where we're really going to see something magical. Watch how he enters this corner. I mean, he might as well be running the wall going into the corner. He gets that car to the bottom, it sticks, and God, it's fast. See all them bumps, you can hear the engine a little bit, it hits the bumps, and you can kind of hear it jump up in RPM. This track is not smooth, it's an older surface. One of the reasons why the drivers love it. You can see that gap is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger between him and Dale Earnhardt. '53's really wanting that $500,000. Well, we talked to him before the race started, and he felt like they had a shot at getting all that money. Look at the gap between him and Earnhardt there. Good grief, running away from him. But he felt like they had a legit chance of winning this race tonight, and I believe it. He is really, really fast. That's a hard car to keep up with. 14 laps complete. We're fixing to be 14 laps complete. And it is all the 53 right now. He's the only one that has been just... He's the only leader we've had so far. He has made this his show. Remember, this segment ends on lap 27. They're going to throw the yellow flag on lap 26. When the leader takes that yellow flag, they're going to come back around and finish and complete lap 27, and then that segment will be over. Off of turn number 4, Earnhardt, long way behind the 53. Well, with the 53 leading, I think now would be a good time to take a commercial break here in the first segment. When we come back, we will see the conclusion of this segment. Stick with us here on TNN. Don't go away. Welcome back to TNN's coverage of the Winston. Right now, Dale Earnhardt is running second. Dustin Lewis, still your leader. He has extended the gap to about 5 seconds ahead of Dale Earnhardt, but that gap might start to close because the tires are starting to kick in a little bit. You see how Jeff Burton has slid back. He has been losing positions left and right. Gordon got ahead of him, then Rusty, then Bobby, now Tony Stewart. Ward Burton moved up into third while we were on the commercial break. Rusty to the inside of Gordon, 24 and 2, side by side. Meanwhile, Bobby the Bonnie trying to find a way past the both of them, but it looks like Gordon might, defend his position ahead of Rusty Wallace. Gordon, we said at the top of the show, another car we're going to have to look at throughout the night. Seemed awful competitive. Meanwhile, this kid, Dustin Lewis, a long way ahead of Dale. He's got a track all to himself. And unless something catastrophic happens, I don't see him losing this segment. We're coming around to take lap number 23. Remember, lap 27 will end the segment. And I mean, you just see Dale Earnhardt in the same car. Just barely see him. That is how far ahead that 53 car is. He is just so quick, so dominant. He's the car to beat right now. One of the fastest cars in the field, the fastest car in the field, has the fastest lap of the entire weekend. Just a true display of dominance from him and Lewis Family Racing. They brought a rocket ship to Lowe's and trying to win that $500,000. I mean, you can see the gap there. You see Ward Burton actually trying to find a way past Earnhardt. To the inside goes Ward Burton. Side by side through turns 3 and 4. Burton's got the inside line. He's got the advantage. He will get by Dale Earnhardt coming off of turn number 4. And Ward Burton, car might be coming alive. He might be trying to find his way up to the lead. Maybe he can run down that 53. Coming around to take lap 26 here. We're on lap 25. 26 will be coming up next. That's when the yellow will fly. To the inside goes Earnhardt on Burton, trying to fight his way back around him. Side by side off of 4. There's the white flag. This will be the last lap of the segment. So all Dustin has to do is just keep it steady, keep it tight all the way around the racetrack, and he will win this segment. Down the back straightaway he goes. Smooth 1 and 2. Even playing with that throttle. Smooth 3 and 4. Comes off the final corner. Checkered flag in the air for segment 1. He will win segment 1. Dustin Lewis, 50 grand richer here in the Winston. Dominant performance right there from him. Dominant performance. Well done. Now that is just segment 1. We are now on lap number 27. The cars will line up behind the pace car, and now, per the Winston rules, all cars participating must make a 4-tire pit stop this segment, this end right here. So you see the 53 behind the pace car. All drivers must make a 4-tire pit stop after the first segment. They do not have to make one after the second segment. That is completely optional. But all of them have to come down pit road. Here they come. All 18 All-Stars coming down pit road. Dustin leading them down. Dale Earnhardt finishing second. Ward Burton in third. Your top 3 there. Get a good angle of pit road here in just a second. See all the cars. There they are. All the cars on pit road. Ricky Rudd and Johnny Benson in their pit stalls first. As all the crews go to work. 4 tires for all of these guys. 4 tires, full cans of fuel. This might be our only pit stop. This might be the only pit stop these drivers make all race long, because it's mandatory. And there we go. Tires are on, and Dustin Lewis will win the race off pit road. Jeff Gordon jumps Ward Burton. He will come out third. Earnhardt came out in second. Great pit stops for him, for Dustin and Jeff Gordon. They got out plenty of time. As we watch the back of the pace car here. Now we're going to take a few more pace laps. We're going to be going back green on lap 30. See, Lewis sneaks up behind the pace car. No one else should be coming down pit road. Everyone pitted. There was no issues. NASCAR is saying that we are good. No penalties. So with the segment over, everyone seems to be reset. I think when we come back, we'll be ready to go green flag racing for segment 2. Welcome back to TNN's coverage of the Winston. Segment 1 complete. Dustin Lewis Jr., your segment 1 winner, and $50,000 will be going to his pocket after the race. All drivers made a 4-tire pit stop after segment 1, so they have fulfilled their mandatory pit stop. We are ready for green flag racing here in segment 2. Dustin will lead them down through the dog leg, and there is the green flag. Dustin Lewis takes the green for segment 2. Great restart from that 53 car. Got a good jump on everybody. And right now, I don't know. He blocks the 3 car. Earnhardt trying to find his way to lead. He didn't like the fact that 53 dominated the early portion here. Oh, but the 53. Oh, it's a little tight coming off a 4, but here comes Dale Earnhardt on the inside. Earnhardt's probably like, "You're wearing my colors, kid, but you're not the Intimidator." Got right on his back bumper, moved him out of the way, but look at that 53 powerhouse on that outside line, and he will grab the lead once more. Look at the speed down the back straightaway. He left him in the dust. I don't know what Lewis found. Oh, he hit the apron. Oh, he's tight. Oh, he hit the wall. There goes Earnhardt on the inside. Oh no, the dominant car of the day loses the lead for the first time all race long. Now the 53 is going to have to play offense. He's got to run the 3 car down. And look who's there behind him, Jeff Gordon. We said we got to keep an eye on him. He's in 3rd right now. Jeff Gordon might have something for him. Meanwhile, Dale Earnhardt in the Peter Max GM Goodrich Chevrolet. He's running away. I don't know if that 53 can catch him. I think that 53's got something in it. Them tires are fresh. He's one of the best cars in this field. I think if anyone's going to catch Dale Earnhardt, it's going to be Dustin Lewis here. Around the track, 53 starting up to the high side. He comes down to the bottom. That's what he's been good at all race long. Dustin going to the outside here. He might try to pass Earnhardt. No, he doesn't. He gets right behind him again. To the outside. Can Dustin Lewis get by Dale Earnhardt? Yeah, he can. To the outside, and he is by him. What a move! Doing what no one else has been able to do all race long. Pass on the outside. Brilliant move by Dustin Lewis. Now Earnhardt's in the clutches of Jeff Gordon. Can Gordon mount a charge? Can he get by the 3 car and run down that 53? I don't think anyone can run down that 53. That 53 is hauling tail around this racetrack. But can he make this segment just as dominant as segment 1? That's the main question. If he can make this segment dominant as segment 1 was, we might have to crown him the winner of this race. But he's not running away from Earnhardt. He's not running away from it. Not like he was in segment 1. No, he's not either. They're making pretty similar lap times. The 53 just barely quicker than Earnhardt that lap. Just barely, not by much. But it's showing on track because Earnhardt is sticking with him just barely. Just barely sticking with him. Maybe Earnhardt has made an adjustment on that car during that green flag pit, or that, excuse me, not the yellow flag pit stop, that mandatory stop that NASCAR mandates they have to do here in the Winston. Maybe they made an adjustment. Maybe that 3 car is now a little bit more level pegging with the number 53. We're getting a little bit of a report here off of pit road. 3 car did make an adjustment under that yellow flag. They took a little bit of wedge out of the car, a little bit tight in the center, and it appears to be the right move here because he is not being left in the dust here. That 53, he's sticking with him just a little bit better than he did in segment 1. Just a little bit better. But that 53 car is still one of the best cars out here. Even with the adjustments the 3 car made, that 53 is still blazing fast. Meanwhile, as we look through the rest of the field, Bobby Labonte, one of the point leader right now and the winningest car this season, He's not having the night he was hoping for. He's barely hanging in there with the top 5 when we thought coming into this weekend he would be one of the cars to beat. Meanwhile, the Winston Open winner, Ricky Rudd, has done a masterclass getting up through the field, but right now he is stuck in traffic. Ward Burton and Mark Martin fighting side by side, and Rudd is trying his best to get by them. Ricky Rudd on the inside of Mark Martin. Terry Labonte on the inside of Tony Stewart. Oh, but Mark got a really good run on that outside on turn number 2. Meanwhile, up at the front, the top 3 have made exceptional gains on the rest of the field. Jeff Gordon running 3rd, Dale Earnhardt in 2nd, Dustin Lewis in 1st. And look at the gap between Earnhardt and Gordon. Pretty stationary, pretty static right now. Meanwhile, the 53 has been incrementally getting further and further away from the 3 car, just little by little. If the 3's not out of it yet, but that 53 is starting to get his rhythm. He's starting to run his line a little bit better, and it's starting to show just a little bit. Lap by lap, he's increasing his gap by 1/100th of a second. That's the average right now in the last 5 laps. 1/100th of a second. Just, I mean, basically nothing, but it is an increase. The one thing that I am worried about right now with that 53 car is it looks to me like he is really hustling that race car, and if he is he going to burn his tires up for that 3rd segment? Or maybe he's trying to burn them up, and maybe he'll come down pit road, take 2 tires, take 2 tires, lose his track position, but make his way back to the front because he's got fresh rubber. Meanwhile, Ricky Rudd has lost a bunch of time to the car in front of him. All that battling with Mark Martin, Terry Labonte, that put a little bit of a gap between him and the top 5. He's still running strong, however. He's got a little bit of clean air. Remember, we said Ricky Rudd was probably going to be one of the cars we need to watch out for, so we still got plenty of time. Meanwhile, Bill Elliott and Dale Jarrett winning the last 2 races on the Cup schedule, not having a night that he was hoping for. Bill Elliott, not so much either. Doing a decent job though, keeping it clean, running hard. And now that he's in front of the 88, maybe these guys can settle down the battle and they can actually try and run some stuff down. Meanwhile, the 53. Still your leader here on lap, fixing to complete 46, coming to take lap 47. There we go, lap 47 of 70 complete. With the 53 your leader, I think now, coming up here in a little bit, we will take our second to last commercial break. We'll do one last commercial break before the start of segment 3, and we will be watching the entire segment. Meanwhile, our top 3 pretty much separated from the rest of the pack. Gordon is losing a lot of time to Dale Earnhardt, but not going to matter here in a second because we will have that yellow flag for segment 2. They will get reshuffled back up. See down the back straightaway, the 53 car still leading this thing, still being the dominant car. And I think that will be a good time to take a commercial break. We'll be back here in just a moment from Lowe's. Welcome back to TNN's coverage of the Winston here from Charlotte, North Carolina at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Just a couple laps to go here in segment 2. Lap 53 currently coming to take lap 54. A few laps to go here in segment 2. Dustin Lewis still holds on to the lead. A dominant segment 2. Not as dominant as segment 1, but just going to show how quick that 53 car is. He has lost a little bit of time to Earnhardt, and Earnhardt is starting to get the teeth out a little bit. He's starting to kind of battle with him and try to fight back and try to win segment 2. Remember, the winner of segment 2 gets $50,000. So the winner between these two, they get their $50,000 richer. Right now, the 53, he does have 50 grand in his name. However, that could change here in a little bit because Earnhardt is battling hard. See him with a good run off the turn 2. The 53 didn't get a quite good exit. They're coming to take the white flag this time by for segment 2. Earnhardt, good through 3 and 4. Had to get out front a little bit. Got a little tight on exit. Down the straightaway. This is the white flag right here for segment 2. Earnhardt to the inside of Dustin Lewis. He peaked. He didn't quite get up under him like he was wanting to, though. Oh, but the 53 hung on that outside. He was in the throttle, though. Down the back straightaway. One car length between them. Dustin, oh, the car didn't quite bite like he wanted to. Oh, the car got tight in the wall. Side by side of the checkered flag, it'll be. Ooh. Dustin Lewis will win segment 2 by a nose. What a finish to segment 2. But that might be an omen for that number 53. He barely beat Earnhardt at the end of segment 2. Another 27 lap sprint, and that 53 was slowing down just a little bit. I wonder if he's going to make a pit stop here. Remember, after segment 1, they have to come down pit road, but for segment 2, it is not required that these cars come down pit road, and no one, Dustin's not pitting, Earnhardt isn't pitting, Gordon, Burton, both Burtons, they did not pit. So they think they can make it to the end on this set of tires, and they're going to be just fine. What an incredible pit strategy here. Could it work? It might, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a risky move for a lot of these guys. These tires are old, they've been battered. But when we come back, it'll be segment 3. So stick with us and stay tuned here from Charlotte. Welcome back, everyone, to TNN's coverage of the Winston from Lowe's Motor Speedway here in Charlotte, North Carolina. No drivers pitted after segment 2. They all stayed out. Remember, it was not mandatory for these cars to come down pit road, but this is where it's all decided. Dustin Lewis won both segment 1 and 2. He is now $100,000 richer. But this segment 3, $500,000 on the line. Pace car makes the sharp left turn onto pit road. Dustin Lewis, the dominant car of the day. Can he hold the 3 and the 24 off for just 10 more laps? Green flag is in the air. We are racing here in segment 3. Yet again, a great restart from Dustin Lewis. These tires have cooled off a little bit, so they're going to have to get back up the temperature. They're old and they're worn, and look at this. They're battling already. Earnhardt went to the bottom on the 53, and look at this. It's a repeat of segment 2. Oh, Dustin washes up the racetrack just a little bit. Those tires are a little cold. They're not sticky right now. Jeff Burton as well, battling Jeff Gordon for that position. Earnhardt barely beats Dustin back to the line. To the inside goes Earnhardt. To the inside goes Gordon. That 53 car has been strong on the outside, though. He washes up at the track just a little bit more than I think he was wanting to. Down the back straightaway. Jeff Gordon defending off against both the Burton brothers. Earnhardt with the lead. Dustin in second. Again, Dustin's got to get on the offense now. He's got to run down Dale Earnhardt. He did it in segment 2. Can he do it in segment 3? 9 laps to go here in the segment. Rolling to turn 1 and 2. Earnhardt looking back. Look at Dustin though. Dustin was not on the bottom that time. Those tires might be wearing out a little bit more. He may have burned them up in that second segment. See, he's really trying to get that car to bite through 3 and 4, and it's not working. Look at Gordon fighting him now. Jeff Gordon to the inside. Dustin runs into the grass. Side by side goes Gordon and Dustin Lewis. Meanwhile, Earnhardt, that's what he wants to see. He wants to see Dustin Lewis and Gordon battling out on the back straightaway and single filing out again. But that 3 car is pulling away. Through 3 and 4. Dale Earnhardt. One of the favorites to win the All-Star race, but not the guy that's been dominant all race long. Right now, he is leading this race, and it looks like Earnhardt might be the one that wins this race tonight. Meanwhile, the guy who dominated all race long, we're riding along with him right now, Dustin Lewis. He's in second. He's got to start fighting. He's got to find some speed somewhere on this racetrack if he wants to win this All-Star race. Down the front straightaway. Rolls it into 1. This is where he's been strong all race long. He gets into the throttle. Car does not rotate. Didn't stick to the bottom like he was wanting it to. But he is trying his best to run down Dale Earnhardt. We're coming with 4 laps to go. 4 to go when Earnhardt crosses the start-finish line. Good wide shot right there as they go in, coming off of 3 and 4 and then going into 1 and 2. Look at the gap. Earnhardt, your leader. Dustin Lewis in second. Jeff Gordon in third. Down the back straightaway. Rolls it into 3 and 4 just beautifully, that Peter Max Chevrolet. 3 laps to go. $500,000 on the line. Can Dale Earnhardt? Can he do it? Meanwhile, oh no! It's Dustin Lewis. He's in the wall. He touched the wall. That's going to put him back. He's falling back now. To the inside goes Warren Burton. Dustin went from second to now 4th. In 1 straightaway. Gordon now goes up to second. Look at the 53 into the grass, trying to get back by Ward Burton. I think that 53 was really trying to work that rubber. Oh, went up the racetrack to cut off that 22. I think he's been really working that rubber, and I think it's finally bit him. I think he's overworked them tires by a little too much. We are coming around to 2 laps to go. Jeff Gordon now not worrying about that 53. Could he run down Dale Earnhardt? 2 to go. All Earnhardt has to do is just keep the corners clean. Don't hit the wall. And he has $500,000 in the bank. Dustin's defending that position. He's staying P3 right now. Rolling through 3 and 4 on the bottom. A masterclass in patience. Dale Earnhardt takes the white flag. 1 to go for $500,000. Will Dale Earnhardt win this race? Off of 1 and 2. Gordon nowhere to attack. Earnhardt. He's got it right now. Clean air, clean track. Off of turn number 4. He's got it in the bag. Dale Earnhardt will come to the checkered flag. He will win the Winston and $500,000. Brilliant job by Dale Earnhardt. Patience rewarded for the number 3 car. And heartbreak for Dustin Lewis, winner of both segment 1 and 2, and he comes up just 2 positions short of $500,000. Earnhardt coming onto pit road. You see Dustin coming up beside him, congratulating him. Good sportsmanship right there from that 53. He had this race won. He had it won. Earnhardt staying on the pit lane, coming back onto the racetrack. Your winner of the Winston, Dale Earnhardt, in that rainbow-colored GM Goodrich Chevrolet. It might not be the black number 3, but it's the number 3 that's going to vent your lane tonight. Why don't you go ahead and burn it down, Dale? Go ahead.